Hello everybody, and welcome to my review on the FS19 Grimme pack. As you can see here we are at the store in Erlengrat. This is not my Erlengrat LP, this is a different save game that I've created specifically to test this mod out. Anyway, over here we have a potato field. It just so happened that the field right here happened to be potatoes. How lucky is that? So, right, we're gonna do this, but first I'm gonna cultivate off camera a little patch over here so that we can test out the planters, and then, yeah, we'll test out the harvesters on these ready-to-harvest potatoes. Here's the Grimme GL32E, the first seeder in this pack. It has a 500-liter capacity, 60 horsepower required, and a 1.5 meter working width. So yeah, all these planters can take potatoes instead of seed. That's how it always has been in FS. Since potatoes came a thing, you can put potatoes instead. So it's kind of neat. You can grow potatoes with your previous harvest of potatoes, and therefore, doing potatoes over and over again is actually worth doing. You want to grow potatoes multiple times, because you grow potatoes with your previous potatoes. Oh, and I completely forgot to refill a seed. There, as you can see, it's potatoes in there. Plant potatoes with potatoes. I'm gonna go ahead and get started here, and this just is gonna work, I think, kind of how you expect it to work. You lower it down, you turn it on, and it plants potatoes. Only 2 rows at a time, but that is pretty nice if you have a smaller scale farm. You may not want to buy the big old 4-meter one. This 2-meter one might be just all you need, and I personally like it on the AB. The AB tractor from the Alpine DLC, which is this whole map. This whole map is the Alpine DLC. The only stuff from the Grimme pack is the equipment itself. Okay, so there we go. Okay, let's go ahead and try out the next one. You get a pretty good gist of that. You go up and down the field, continuing to do that. But we have other seeders to look at, like this one over here, the GL32F standard configuration, which has 800 liters, 60 horsepower, 0.5 meter working width, 6 miles per hour, or plus the planter. You can take potatoes, seed, or solid fertilizer. So yeah, we'll go ahead and buy some solid fertilizer solid fertilizer goes in the little gray tank. There you go. So as you can see, potatoes in the back, solid fertilizer in the front. As you can see, my character's got his Grimme hat on. We're getting down to work here. Planting some potatoes. There you go. Let's try it out. This is the one without the planter, so I'm expecting it not to plant, but I don't know. I'm interested. Ooh, it seems a little heavy for the back of this tractor. So there you go, it's planting. I didn't have to turn it on, though. Like the other one, I just drive it. Fertilizer applying? I actually don't think this field needs to be fertilized. I think... Oh, yeah, no, it is fertilizing. Okay. This field is already kind of fertilized, but... You get the idea. If your field needs fertilization, this one works. I wonder, does it work as a direct drill? What if we just drive into these potatoes? What happens? Yeah, no, as you can see, it doesn't plant over existing crops. You have to cultivate the field first. So you have to use what I used earlier, that cultivator, and get the field nice and cultivated before you can plant your potatoes with this one. But let's try out the version with the planter, which I'm very interested, because this one is planting. So what does the planter do? Maybe it is just cosmetic. Like if you want to have the little metal piece on the back, you pay extra. That's kind of cool. 500 liters of potato. Oh, crushing the potatoes. It's fine. Oh, yeah, a little squirrely on the front axle. A little squirrely. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it is just a cosmetic thing. I don't think it's gonna do anything different. Just for looks. So if you like the look of the metal piece, you can add that. I don't think it's too much more money just to add that. I think it's like a couple extra pounds, or dollars. A couple extra dollars, or pounds, or whatever currency you're using in the game. I like it. And I think, again, it probably can't go over pre-existing potatoes. Yeah, no, it's not going to plant over potatoes. That's not how it works. The tractor crushes the potatoes, but we're not going to plant over the potatoes. Okay, so I'll go ahead and get all these put back, and we'll get ready for the next part, which I think is the weeders. I think. Yeah, the weeders. So we'll have to progress time a little bit, get the weeds in the field. Okay, so here are the weeders. As we're waiting for the weeds to grow so we can try these out. Here's the GH2. You can get it either in standard or with the roller. Pretty sure this is just a cosmetic thing. But yeah, pretty cool. Nice little roller in the back there. But you can get it with or without. Doesn't really matter. I think for all of them, yeah, all of them you can get normal or with the roller. We'll try out one with the roller and one without, just to see if there is a difference, but I doubt it. And then we have the GH. So the GH2 is 1.5 meters, the GH4 is 2.5, and the GH8 is a whopping 6 meters, 140 horsepower required. We're probably going to need a bigger tractor to try this out. But yeah, no roller as it folds up. So this is the big boy. So here they all are. Here are all the weeders. We said we have the GH2, 1.5 meter with the rollers. The GH4, the 4 meter. The GH2, 1.5 meters. The GH4, 2.5 meter. And the GH8, 6 meter. Taking 54, 74, and 140 horsepower respectively. So yeah, pick your size for what farm operation you got going on. Pretty neat. So yeah, let's see. Have the weeds grown yet? Are the weeds here? Thought there would be weeds here. Come on, weeds. Okay, there we go. There's the weeds. Okay. Ooh, it's getting dark. I'll just go and put this right here. Just so I can skip into the next day. Beautiful. Okay. Like I said, this is not a real series. I'm just showing you guys the DLC, but that is awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and check out the weeders. Okay, we'll try out the GH8 first. Getting rid of the weeds? I can't tell. I feel like it is. Yeah, it's just such a small working width. Or no. Weeds are getting through. Hold up. Okay, crop destruction I think is making this kind of hard. Okay, crop destruction off. How do we do this with narrow tires? Okay. Oh, lift? Okay, there we go. I didn't have it properly lowered, I guess. Yeah, that's raised. That's lowered. Okay. Now is it working? Yeah, now it's getting rid of the weeds. Okay. Very small working width. Yeah, I don't know about this one. This one's very small. It's really hard to tell if it's working or not. But yeah, it's a weeder. It should be doing the weeding. And yeah, it does seem like it's weeding. But I think you might have to go a little slow with it. Like 4. Yeah, there you go. See, as you see, it's getting rid of the weeds. It's very small working width, though. So it's very, very finicky with what weeds it does get rid of and what weeds it doesn't, which is why I thought it wasn't working. Yeah, there you go. As you can see, the weeds directly behind it are getting removed, but the weeds everywhere else aren't because, well, it's a small working width. And I think you probably would use road crop tires so you wouldn't crush the crops. I'm not doing that. So there you go. There's your GH2. Let's go ahead and try out the GH4, which should be a little bit easier to, grasp on how it's working. It appears to be a little finicky. I don't quite understand why it's so finicky, but there you go. As you can see, it's moving the weeds. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe there's a method to it, but I don't know. I just feel like going slow. Going fast, you're like bound to skip some. Or if you like go slow, it like works. Yeah, like stick it to like 5. If you put it down to the floor to like 9, and as we go over these weeds, it's gonna. Yeah, see, it misses them. But now if we go back and then we go like slow and steady. I just don't want to touch these weeds for some reason. What's wrong with these weeds? You have a problem with these weeds? Oh, I think I see it. These weeds are growing on non-potatoes. Like there's no potatoes under those weeds. So it's not touching them. It's only touching the weeds that are growing on potatoes. Yeah, that's what it is, I think. Right? No, I agree with definitely on a potato. I don't know. It's a weeder. It should weed. Let's try it over here on these good grown potatoes. Yeah, no. Okay. Well, oh no, it wasn't lowered. Okay, now it is. There we go. Now it's working. Yeah, I don't quite understand it. It just seems to me like it's very finicky, but I could be missing the point with it. But no, it's a weeder. It it weeds, just not these weeds for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, let's go ahead and try out the other one, the GH12 or 8. Can't remember all these names. They're all GH to me. It's all just GH with a different number. Oh, and now I'm stuck on a hedge. Now I'm stuck on a hedge. So like I said, maybe I'm using it wrong. Maybe it's meant to be used before the potatoes have even grown. But I don't know. It just seems to me like it's very, very finicky. Okay, there you go. Down it goes. It looks to me more like a cultivator than a weeder. So maybe it is meant to be used before the crop even grows. I guess. But there we go. There we go. And this one's working. Working nice. Yeah, it's getting all the weeds. Again, these ones are the picky ones that don't want to get removed. Which is probably because they're not technically on a potato crop. Like, they're just like... Yeah, the game probably thinks they're just in a field. So weeding's not really going to do much. So it's probably not a fault with the weeder, but it's just a fault with how I made this field. I made it very sloppy, and it's a very messy demonstration, but you get the picture. It removes weeds, and you saw it removing weeds. I think it's just my fault, really, for not doing a better job planting. But hopefully the harvesting should be really cool. And that's the main thing with the DLC. All this stuff, the weeders, the planters, already exist in the game in some sort of form. But the harvesters don't. I mean, we do have harvesters that harvest directly into the tank, but we don't have ones that just kind of leave the potatoes behind, as you'll see now. Again, trying to use manual attach, and I gotta unfold it. So we have quite a few. So before in the game, we had these. The rootster, which has a tank. And then we also have... This was added, I think, pretty recently. Also has a tank. And then we have the big self-propelled one. But now, in this DLC, we have these harvesters. The WH-ECO, the WH-200S, and the WR-200CDW, and the SE-85-55. So we're going to try out all of these. So yeah, here are the weeders and the planters. Okay. So yeah, we're ready to hear. Okay. So here we go. This, just as it is, the WH-200ECO. We'll go ahead and release that. Let's read the description. It says, this harvester extracts potatoes from the ground and automatically offloads them to form the potatoes into windrows that can be collected by the SE-85-55. Please remember that you need a halum cutter before you can use this machine. Halum cutter. Okay. So we need to remove the tops, I think. Before sugar beets can be harvested, this is potato. The sugar, that's sugar beet. Never mind, that's a sugar beet machine. This is the potato machine right here. So we need the potato topper. There we go. We'll go ahead and release that as well. This is not part of the DLC, this is just required. Okay. Yeah, I forgot Grimme also does sugar beet stuff. But this is all about potatoes. All this stuff is about potatoes. So yeah, here we go. This is how it works. So we go ahead and engage the topper, which you could either have on a separate tractor or, you know, like what I'm doing. Engage it, and then that'll basically... What we're basically doing is just cutting off the tops of the potatoes. We're just cutting the leaves. But as you can see, the potato's still on the ground. You see this little stub right here? all these little stubs, they're very small. But those are still potatoes in the ground. So then we're going to engage this and pluck them out. So we cut the tops. And yeah, this definitely, the topper is definitely a little bit bigger than the, topper's a little bit bigger than the picker-upper, but it should show us basically what's going on. Okay, and then we engage the back one, turn it on, and we got potatoes. And then we engage the front thing and cut. And we're harvesting potatoes. There you go, and it's leaving the potatoes on the ground in a potato line. It's the potato line. Very nice. I think what I'm going to do, actually, real quickly, is I'm going to go ahead and you get the basic gist of this. We're going to go try out the other ones. I'm going to put this right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and top, basically just decapitate, well, the leaves off all these potatoes. Just get them all sliced up, and then we can come in and just try out the harvesters with no need for waiting around to cut the tops. We just, that's basically what I meant. You just cut them, like you do a first pass, you just go around cutting everything, and then you can do your second pass where you pick everything up. That should be enough potato topping. We'll go ahead and yeah, park this tractor right over here. Go ahead and get into the BR tractor, and we can try out the swathing picker-upper, which has an option for basically the exact same thing, but it has a thing on the back for left swath or right swath dropping. So you gotta pick and choose in the workshop, which is interesting. Yeah, because it has to move all the belts and stuff. So yeah, can't really customize it on the fly like some other things, but you can customize it in a workshop if you have a field that's like, oh, I need the left swath for this field. You can go ahead and put it in the workshop. You can go ahead and give it a customization. I think left swath will be perfectly fine for what, or probably right swath actually for what we're doing. We'll go ahead and release that. Again, it also needs the cutter. So this one right here puts the potatoes into a swath. Forgot to turn the belt on. Okay. So engage the PTO. That gets, ooh. That gets all them belts a spinning. And then we go. And we pluck potatoes. And as you can see, they're going off to the side. So it plucks them and puts them right on off to the side. Very nice. Yeah, I really do like this way of harvesting potatoes versus the big, complicated machines. This is a nice laid-back way. And head back the other way. You will see the swathing in action. So now if we lower this and we head back this way, you will see that the potato piles kind of stack up. And this way it makes it easier for the potato picker-upper to pick up the potatoes. Because it's all just in one line. Kind of like how you would do grass in a loading wagon. You would windrow it together. But this is like windrowing potatoes. It's like potato windrowing. Turn it off, and we'll go ahead and try out the one that doesn't need the topper. The big one that needs the big old ridgy track. We then have this one, which does not need the cutter. The WR200CDW. It seems like it cuts it for you. Puts that up in the top and spits it out the back right here. Does all the cutting, all the necessary hard work for you. 150 horsepower, though. Unlike those other two where we had to get rid of the tops, this one has the topper built in. I don't know if you can see it, but there's the internals of the machine. It's got its own toppers. So this one should be able to work nice and conveniently. So you just start it up, turn it on, and without even needing to cut the tops, it's already giving you potatoes. And they're flying out the back there. Look at that. You can go 9 miles per hour too. That's a lot faster than the other ones. I don't know if the other ones were just lack of horsepower. Could be. Could be just lack of horsepower. Whereas this one definitely has plenty of horsepower to run it. Maybe the other two were a little starved for horsepower. There you go. There's your potato harvesting. So the only bad thing about this one is that it doesn't do the swathing. Which, yeah, it does give a reason to use the one with the belt that pushes it to the side. That gives you a reason to use that. Potato picker-upper. And I think that's all this DLC has to offer. Not a big DLC, only $5. And then we have the 85-55, which is the picker-upper. The potato picker. Which looks a lot like the potato harvester, but it doesn't harvest. It just picks it up. Puts it in a tank. Gets it ready for you to grab. And you can get a cover on it. Which actually looks kind of neat. Yeah, I like the little cover. That looks kind of cute. That looks kind of cool. Okay, we'll go ahead and leave it with the cover. The cover makes it look like a little house. But yeah, for all this stuff, definitely worth it. I would definitely say to go out of your way and pick this up if you're into potato harvesting, which, yeah, it's pretty cool. And even if you're not into potato harvesting, this is a nice change of pace. Because unlike normal potato harvesting, where you have to worry and get expensive machines and it's all a pain, this is very nice, and it's similar to just, you know, making hay. Almost similar to making hay. Oh no, we're not done yet. I thought we were done. No, we still have all the belts and stuff to go over. Yeah, once we get forgot about all the conveyor belts and the trailers. Okay, there we go. So unfold it. There you go. And go ahead and get to harvesting. There we go. So it picks it up off the ground. The shade keeps your potatoes nice and cool. And it puts them in the tank, which I think it's to have quite a big tank. The tank seems to be pretty big. Okay, we need to make sure we're on the potatoes and picking them up and not, like, off to the side. There we go. Yeah, it picks them up slightly off to the side so you don't get mashed potatoes with your tractor tires running over them. Yeah, the next thing we're going to try out is the conveyor belts. The new conveyor belts, which I'm really excited for because I love the automation in video games, and the conveyor belts in the farming simulator are very fun. So yeah, I can't wait to see what these new ones add to the table. New conveyor belt systems. Oh great, I got it stuck. Brand new potato equipment, got it pretty stuck. Okay, let's check out the trailers. So we'll come back to the belts in a second. We have, I think, 2 belts. Yeah, this one and this one. The conveyor loader, and I guess it's the conveyor loader. I don't know, I'm not too sure. MultiTrailer 190 and 350. Okay, what do we got here? A lot of customization options. We can go for Trelleborg or Michelin tires or Lizard tires. Okay, we got wide tires or standard. Okay. Design Grimme red, Grimme white. Okay, Grimme red or white. Okay, cool. And a cover. You can ask for a cover. Ooh, look at that. That looks pretty cool. Okay, we'll go ahead and get the potato trailer. And it's not just for potatoes either. It can have a whole plethora of things in the trailer. Not just for potatoes, this trailer isn't. There we go, so go ahead and empty it into our trailer. Perfect. There we go, thank you for your potatoes. Okay, and now we can go ahead and return it. That way the store doesn't get too clogged up with all kinds of things running around. Okay. Okay. There we go. So there's our trailer full of potatoes. And I'm not gonna spawn it in. Or maybe, I will spawn it in just so we can get a look at it. But I'm not gonna fill it up. The bigger trailer. Cause yeah, I really can't fill this thing up. It's really big. But yeah. It's still a tractor. I think it might be a semi-trailer. Maybe there's an option for that. Let's see. Oh, Trelleborg standard, wide. Michelin standard or wide. And then Trelleborg standard or wide with Michelin standard or wide. Whereas the other one only had wide tires. And then only Lizard offered the standard setup. So yeah, a bit more customization with the tires here. At least with standard and wide. The other one had 3 brands, but less setup options. Either way, you may red or white, and you can get a cover. Pretty much the same, just a little longer. So we'll go ahead and spawn that in just so you guys can get... Oop, No, excuse me. Just so you guys can get a look at it. Here it is in the Grimme red. Very nice. Very big trailer. Triple axle madness over here. Look at these Trelleborgs. Look at these Trelleborg 655Rs. Very nice. Very big trailer. We can go ahead and climb on top maybe if I can. Jump. There we go. Jump. There we go. Got on top. Very nice. A lot of room in here. Has like a nice conveyor belt down the middle. Very nice. Yeah, this makes it nice and convenient for tipping. I don't think it... Yeah, it only has a grain door. It doesn't tip out of anywhere but the grain door. Maybe we'll see. We'll see how it tips. I'm not too sure. It has a grain door, though. Which seems to be very accurate with this conveyor belt system right here. But maybe you can open the whole thing. We'll see. For quick, fast dumping. Let's see. So let's go ahead and spawn in the conveyor belts. The two new ones in the DLC are the GBF conveyor belt. Looking like that. Okay. Don't really know how you move this thing around. Oh, it looks like maybe it has a pallet fork. Okay, so you move it around like a pallet. Interesting. Is the controlled conveyor belt that you drive in a seat. The other ones you can also drive around, but this one actually has a seat, whereas the other ones I think were like remote controlled or something. You can go ahead and try to check these out. You sit down in the seat and you drive your belt around. Ooh, it can go 9. Whoa, this is a fast thing. Look at me zoom down the street in this. This is kind of cool. Zoom, watch me zoom. Watch me go zoom. There you go, I'm gonna go zoom. Oh yeah, look at me go. 9 miles per hour down the street in my conveyor belt. Don't mind me, just cruising down my street in my conveyor belt. Almost forgot about the Lizard Conveyor Loader. Here it is. It can take potatoes, or can hold 13,000 liters, and yeah, it just kind of holds stuff and loads it onto conveyors. You can choose a black or yellow belt. Okay, it's got potatoes in the storage. Okay, it's storing potatoes. Okay. Maybe if I get in the other thing, nudge it properly. I don't think it's lined up anymore. So yeah, it does seem to be like a thing that you can just tip a bucket into, but it's really hard to move, so I'd probably just end up using the normal conveyor belts, to be honest. I don't know. Yeah, but there you go. That's how it works. Okay, we got it to work. There we go. And then we can go ahead and get in here, and yeah, see, it doesn't do anything until we enable the pallet creation. Then it starts working. Actually, I wonder, hold on, if we disable the pallet creation. I know I just talked about how these things are hard to move. Let me explain. The Grimme GBF is really easy to move. You put the pallet fork under it, you pick it up. You don't drive it around like the normal belts in this game. You pick it up and move it. The other one, the Conveyor Loader, however, it just is such a pain to move. Like, it kept on falling off the pallet fork. So I probably won't use it, but I guess it's okay to have. No, normal conveyor belt would tip into that. So it seems to be only for the pallet creation. If we enable the pallet creation. Yeah, I'll make another pallet. Okay. So, that's that. You know what, I think we can try out this one now. The vehicle belt. Which is pretty cool. This one's actually probably the most exciting one, because there's a lot of stuff you can do besides potatoes with it. I can imagine, like, silage unloading with this thing. Yeah, very cool. Oop, wait, can we raise that up a little bit? And we'll pick up potatoes off the floor and load our pallets. So there we go. This is the whole mod, or the whole DLC for potato making. Load up the pallets, and then you take the pallets to the sell point. Maybe to end this video off, we can go ahead and take some potatoes to sell. Maybe we can do that. Oop, oop, I think I'm overloading the conveyor belt there. Okay, open. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. That's interesting. Probably to make it easier to put the thing into the trailer. Okay, so while I drive these potatoes down the street, I'd like to thank you guys for watching the potato video. If you enjoyed the potatoes, please be sure to leave a potato. Subscribe for more potatoes, and we have potatoes for you, a whole crate of them. Here you go. Yay, $614. That's pretty good.